I ditched my sister and her kids on vacation mid-trip because she changed the plans on me. Am I trifling? Maybe. We'll have to see. A few weeks ago, my sister, 33, asked me, 29 female, to drive her and her 3 small kids, 6, 4, and 6 months, from Cincinnati to Huntsville, Alabama. She wanted to hang out with her best friend, and I figured I could use the time to see my long-distance girlfriend. She also asked me to watch her kids and her best friends, 2, 14 and 9, for 2 days out of the 5-day trip. I agreed. Not ideal, but whatever. I was supposed to drive them all to Cleveland once it was all over. We agreed that I would stay with her at her best friend's house. I confirmed the sleeping situation ahead of time, asking, "Are you sure they have room for me?" She said yes. They had a big house, an air mattress, couches, and if necessary, I could sleep in her bed. Cool. Nothing else was mentioned, okay? They gon' switch up where she could stay, huh? Then our aunt passed away shortly before the trip. Sorry to hear that. I drove everyone from Cleveland to Middletown for the funeral the day before we were set to leave. I stayed with a friend in Cincinnati that night so I could actually sleep. My great aunt was at the funeral and told me my sister kept asking her over and over what time they'd be leaving and getting back, which seemed oddly specific at that time. We were supposed to leave Huntsville at 10 a.m. the next day. Instead, she stalled us until nearly 2 p.m. I drove 4.5 hours with multiple stops for potty breaks. Then, as we were nearing Lawrenceburg, not even our destination, she suddenly says, "Oh, by the way, plans changed. Me and the kids are going to Atlanta for a day." This meant I couldn't stay at her best friend's house because apparently I'm not allowed to be there alone in the house with the best friend's husband. What? That escalated quickly. I asked why she didn't tell me that earlier, and she snapped, "I'm grown. I don't have to tell you my plans ahead of time. Like, you need a ride from me. What is your problem?" I was pissed and I said fine. I'd reach out to our great aunt and see if I could stay with her that night. Then, about 30 minutes from Huntsville, she suddenly suggests that I stay with our aunt the whole week because she doesn't think her best friend's husband is comfortable with me staying there at all. But why can you stay there? And your sister can't stay there. What's wrong with the husband? I didn't even respond. She took it upon herself to call our great aunt anyway and arrange for me to stay. While stopped so the 6-year-old could pee, she jumped into the driver's seat, turned the car around, and drove me to Lawrenceburg. Like that was never the plan. No discussion, just dropped me off and yelled, "See you Thursday," as to babysit the kids. Mind you, my girlfriend can only visit me one day instead of the 2 we planned since I was now further away from her. I was furious. My thing is, how she take your car? How you let her take your car? That's crazy. It's now Wednesday and a reluctant friend came to pick me up and I'm currently on my way back to Ohio. I haven't told my sister. She thinks I'm watching her kids tomorrow and driving them to Cleveland. So, am I trifling for leaving her and her kids mid-trip, or was I just being used from the jump? No, you are not